Hi everyone, so today I'm back with a video showing you some meals for one person. I hope you find these ideas helpful because I know it can be really hard coming up with interesting meals for one. I'll post all the recipes and the information regarding this video in the description box below. First up, I'm making this ploughman's lunch, and you'll find this on the menu of most British pubs. I've started by adding these mixed salad leaves to a plate, and these are just from a bag I got in Tesco. Next I'm going to add a few spinach leaves, and I'm going to chop some of these plum tomatoes. I'm only going to use 2 because they're bigger than cherry tomatoes. Now I'm going to cut some cheese. I've got this mature cheddar cheese which was in the fridge ready, and I'm also using this red Leicester cheese. For the pickle I'm using Branston because it's my favourite, and I'm using this little glass dish that I got off Amazon. I'm just going to put 2 teaspoons in, that should be more than enough. You've got to have pickle on a ploughman's because it's the law, or it should be. I'm going to put this dish on the plate just to look posh. I've got this pink lady apple and I'm just going to cut a few slices. Apple tastes really good on a ploughman's because it just adds some sweetness. I'm going to use a couple of pickled onions. I used to eat these out the jar when I was a kid. And lastly, I'm going to use a couple of teaspoons of this potato salad. So there we go, a quick and easy ploughman's lunch, and I'm just going to have a wholemeal roll with this with some butter. For today's lunch, I'm just having a piece of cheese and onion quiche with some salad and this potato salad that was left over from yesterday. I've divided this quiche into quarters and I'm going to use 1 piece today and freeze the other 3. I've put this piece on a baking tray and I'm going to put it in the oven on 180, which is 350 Fahrenheit, for around about 10 minutes. While the quiche is cooking, I'm going to make a quick salad using the leftover leaves from yesterday. I'm adding some spinach. I'm just putting this grated apple on top of the salad leaves, and if you've never had apple on a salad, I highly recommend it because it makes the salad taste really lovely and sweet. Now I'm just going to use the rest of this potato salad that was left over from yesterday because it needs eating. I've now plated up the quiche and that's today's lunch done. Today's meal idea is cheesy egg muffins with spicy rice. I've chopped 1 red onion, 1 red pepper and about 4 chestnut mushrooms. I've also got some red Leicester cheese and I'll be using 4 eggs. I've now heated some oil in a frying pan and I'm going to just stir fry the vegetables for 5 or 6 minutes to soften them. I've cracked 4 eggs into this jug and added some salt and pepper, and now I'm just going to whisk them together. I've got this muffin tin and I've greased around it with some oil just to make it easier to get them out when they're done. I'm now spooning the cooked vegetables into the muffin tin. I've sprinkled over the grated red Leicester cheese and now I'm going to pour in the egg mixture. Now that these are done, they need to go into the oven on 180 Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, for around about 15 minutes. I'm going to serve these muffins with half a pack of this whole grain spicy Mexican rice, and I'm just going to cook this on the hob for 2 to 3 minutes. So there we go, everything's cooked and on the plate now, and to finish this off I'm just going to add some of this red pepper hummus. Okay, so next up I'm making sausage and herb patties, and I've got this sausage meat that I'm just going to put into a bowl. Next I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sage, half a teaspoon of parsley, 3/4 teaspoon of thyme, and half a teaspoon of garlic granules. I'm also going to add some salt and also some black pepper. I've now put some gloves on and I'm just going to mix everything in with my hands. Now that everything's mixed in, I'm just going to chill this in the fridge for around about 15 minutes. Now that the mixture's chilled, I'm just going to shape it into 6 small patties. You can make 4 large if you prefer. Now these are done, I'm just going to set them aside for a few minutes while I make the potato wedges. I'm putting some olive oil into a bowl and to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic granules, half a teaspoon of paprika and half a teaspoon of chilli powder. To make the wedges, I'm going to cut a potato in half lengthways, then I'm going to halve again, and I'm going to halve again. Now I'm just making sure the potatoes are all fully coated in the spice mixture. Now I'm going to put these in the oven on 180 Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, for around about 30 minutes. I've got this fine tomato, which I'm just going to cut in half. Then I'm going to add some salt and some pepper and a pinch of cumin to each half. And I'm going to put these on the baking tray with the potatoes for about the last 10 minutes of cooking. I've now heated some oil in a frying pan and I'm going to cook 2 of the sausage and herb patties and freeze the other 4. This is how everything looked when it was all cooked and plated up. And for the final meal I'm doing a stuffed pepper recipe. I've halved and de-seeded this yellow pepper. I've put the pepper halves into this pan of boiling water for about 3 or 4 minutes just to soften them to make them easier to cook. For the stuffing I'm just going to use the rest of this Mexican rice which I had in the fridge, and I'm going to just cook it on the hob for around 2 or 3 minutes. I've added a small can of butter beans to the rice mixture. I've also added some grated red Leicester cheese and I'm just giving that a really good stir. Now I'm just stuffing the pepper halves with the rice and bean mixture. Now I'm just going to cook these in the oven, again on 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 minutes. The stuffed peppers are all cooked and I'm just serving these with some salad. I hope you enjoyed this video and you were able to take some inspiration from these meal ideas. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video for more meal ideas.